Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another options and play video update. So the CPI this morning, we knew it was going to be a big event, and it's ended up being an even bigger event than maybe most people were even expecting. So the headline, the hotter than expected headline numbers led to a massive drop. And I do hope that the video I put together yesterday was a little bit helpful for some of you guys, just in terms of like mapping out levels and kind of knowing what was priced in. Um, what I wanted to just like briefly talk about today is just this idea of like escalating volatility around events. Okay, so this is the chart of the Qs. So you know what happened today. I'll circle the other big events, right? So this was the Jackson Hole conference. This was the August CPI. This was the the July Fed day. This was the July CPI day. This was the June CPI day. And this was where were we? Uh, this was the May Fed day right here. Or excuse me, the June Fed day. Um, So just including today, right? So going back the last seven market events, we have seen just uh, huge volatility around like these major economic events. So CPI, Fed days, CPI, Fed day, CPI, Fed day, in the sense that it was Jackson Hole, so it was Fed comments, and then now today again with the CPI. So if this happened once or twice, you could maybe chalk it up as like just one-off setups, right? Maybe anomalies. But now that we've like consistently seen this for the last string of major economic releases or days, I mean it's just turning into a pattern, right? So like for the I've been noticing that, I mean, the option pricing has routinely been low. We've routinely moved more than what was expected, and there's been really like lousy indicators in terms of like the trading ahead, right? Because just in the last four, we dropped into the July Fed meeting that ripped after. We dropped into the August CPI, ripped after, rallied into Jackson Hole and got hit. Now we rallied into this CPI and got hit too. So, not only are we seeing like increasing volatility, but we're also seeing more and more head fakes. So, what this is telling me, and I think one of the things you want to take away from today, is that you just really need to be mindful of your risk ahead of these events, because they're turning into like really significant trading days, meaning like the volatility is through the roof, and we're seeing some gigantic swings, very, very fast swings too, right? So, whether you play options or not, I think it's just important to be mindful that we're seeing like this pattern of escalating volatility, increasingly large moves, and you need to be aware of what's coming up on the calendar, and really be mindful of what you're sitting in, what your risk level is, because things can change very, very quickly. And just because we rallied a couple days ahead of something, or dropped a few days ahead of something, doesn't necessarily mean that that people have like a good feel for what's coming, right? It's because I think like this past week was a great example of that. People were thinking it was going to be a cooler CPI, totally surprised, and then we get this huge drop lower. So you can't use like the price action as necessarily an indication of what the number or what the event is going to be. So you just really need to be mindful of your risk. That's why options, we do like to play both sides sometimes, like targeting not necessarily a specific direction, just a large move either way, right? Straddles, strangles, and I think moving forward around these events, it could be something to look at, especially if the options are continuously mispriced, and the Qs or the spiders or the stocks continuously move more than what was expected. I mean, it seems like there will leave some room there. All right. So just food for thought. It was on the top of my mind today, after like this huge drop, and we don't have to wait too long for the next event, because it's coming up. It's coming up next Wednesday with the FOMC rate decision. So We've got another big market event just around the corner. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.